in. You got the wide boom there, Ed? Thanks for checking in. All right, anybody else want to check in on the Bozo Net Sunday night edition? This is KG6 USS, Bozo 831. Hi, David. Looking for check-in, check-in. What's your number out there? Is that Andy? Gotcha, Andy. Hey, thanks for checking in. I don't have you to clear tonight. I don't know, I guess, conditions held, but I did get you there. Copy? All right, Andy. Anybody else want to check in? Please, this is KG6 USS, Bozo 831. Hi, David. Check-in. Sunday night edition, Bozo Net. Looking for check-in, check-in.
It's working.
K6 VBG 971.
If you're not a Bozo, let them have your call sign, get the number, and make you one of us. Bozo 831, KG6 USS. Hello.
K6 1070.
I hear you, Dave. Good evening, guys. Sorry I'm a little late. Time change has got everybody screwed up a little bit here. I got 971. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Mike. Yeah, that time change always screws you up for the first week, doesn't it?
Well, we're not screwed up. Judy's out of time. She had lunch at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so she wasn't hungry, and that delayed dinner, and I just got done. So I raced out here and I realized it was 7:29. Our clock did not update itself, and I was trying to get it working, and then I just worked on it a little too long here. All right, I heard some other numbers. Call them out, guys. K6M Bozo Net, beaming south.
KK6 ZKE 704.
No.
Good evening, Terry.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and everybody.
I heard you in there a little bit earlier, but the guys from LA are pretty strong, and they actually interfered with you, and I wasn't sure I heard 704 or not. How you doing on your project in the garage there?
So I got it cleaned up. I actually stopped by W6OWL and watched them work on the antennas for a little bit.
Yeah, good. I know Rob was over there for some time helping out. How far did they get?
I think they were working on the tri-bander, and they got it on the main mast, the main beam, but not much more than that. Everybody had something else going on.
Okay, very good. Well, little by little, they get him back together there. Very good. All righty. I know I heard some other voices in here. Dave's in here, and you're in here, but I'm sure there's others in course gold there. Go ahead. A half a word, and then you quit. Say it again. Oh, we got to have more than 2 check-ins here. Come on, guys. K6MYC. Where's KB6RQU and N6SWR? How about you, Ben? Are you down there?
Hey, Mike, did your amp kick out?
I heard somebody ask me a question, Mike, but you didn't give me a call sign. Go ahead.
That's good for me. He's going to push it up another...
Yeah, K6USY, 1079 and Bozo 1100. I cannot hear you, Mike. You either got me in a really bad null or your amp kicked out.
I'll tell you what, just get a start on here. I'm going to cut the power off, and...
I got two or three people talking at the same time here, so I'm having trouble, guys. Just bear with me. We've got QRM at my QTH, and if you're listening to the live stream, you can see why I can't copy anybody. I need Bozo numbers to start with and call signs. That's always good.
Amp is kicked out.
What was that?
I don't think your amp is on.
KM6 SR, number 432, and Bozo 1200. I got some info for you, Mike.
You got what for me, Rob?
Some info.
Okay.
That was Aaron calling you. You've either got him in a bad no, or your amp kicked out and he can't hear you at all. So you're barely hearing him, I guess. So maybe it's a no. So if you want to check and see, we heard you whistle up, but then it kind of went away real quick.
No, it wasn't me whistling, but I did not have the amp on. I didn't have the power. The AC power turned on to the power supply. I forgot that when I raced in here late. Anyway, it's on now. That should be better. K6MYC Bozo Net. Good evening, Rob, and I think 1200 is in there with you.
Yep, QSL.
Go ahead. You should be hearing me now, Aaron. I would have copied you, Aaron, but the LA guys are just as strong as you are. K6USY, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, I'm not as strong when you're pointed this direction, but it sounds like you can hear me pretty good right now. But yeah, I can hear the LA guys in there. But yeah, with your amp off and with the direction you're pointed in, I couldn't hear you at all. So I knew something was up. But K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 will be standing by.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'd probably have you in the null here, but if I get you out of a null and I can't hear the LA guys good, they're still calling with the verticals there, but the verticals are quite strong tonight.
711.
Well, good evening, John. Are you pointed down south, or where are you?
No, I couldn't hear you, so I had to point up towards you.
Well, I've got the amp on now, so now you can probably point wherever you want. Let me give another call for N6SWR or KB6RQU. KB6RQU, N6SWR. Either one of you in here tonight, K6MYC and the Bozo Net, over. Well, I guess Rob's, Rick's given up on ham radio, Rob. I haven't heard him now for 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been about that long. I did hear him on the Aries Net. If I hear him this Monday, I'll give him a question.
I mean, he's got 3 times through the week when he's got opportunities to walk to the shack. Nice to have him in here. He's always got a good signal, so it's not a matter of not hearing him. And I don't know what's happened to Ben. N6SWR. Ben, where are you? K6MYC.
W6QUI.
W6QUI, and I'm not even pointed at you, but I hear you there, Ron. Let me come over your way here. Stand by. Let me rotate.
You're fine there. You're S9 right now.
We had Terry in there also, Mike, 704.
I didn't understand what you said, Rob.
We had Terry in here also, number 704.
Yeah, I've got Terry. He checked in. Okay. Good evening to you, Ron. How are you doing over there? And have you heard anything from Eric? W6QUI, K6MYC.
226.
Well, nothing today, no. I'll see him tomorrow. Tomorrow night's a club meeting night, so I'll see him there. Yeah, you were S9 wherever you were pointed. Now you went down to S8, so that's pretty amazing. Anyway, W6QUI, Bozo 1055, over.
Okay, very good. And Ken just checked in, and Rob's here, so they can both say hello to you there. And I'm not pointed at you. I'm pointed toward LA. Unless something's happened with my calibration here. I don't know.
Central Valley, hello.
Hello, who was that?
6OIB here.
I got you, Ken. Hang on. Who was the other one that said hello?
Hey, it's Bozo 831 out here in the high desert there, Mike.
You're doing fine. Big signals tonight, John. KG6USS. K6MYC, Bozo 47, and listen up, I'll pass it around. WB60YB, go ahead. WA60YB, go ahead. Where'd you go, Ken?
Yeah, KG6USS over here, Mike. I got you. Where's your other guys at?
KG6USS from Kilo 6 Mike India, Delta Mike 06, and number 711.
Oh, did I hear 711? Is that the one I heard there?
Roger, 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 roger.
Rob, go ahead and give John a call down there if you're hearing him.
Not a good copy, but I got you there on the list there. Roger, roger.
Roger, roger. Thank you. K6 Mike India.
How you doing, John? KG6USS, KM6SR, Bozo 432, over.
Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother?
Oh, doing fine. Trying to eat and log the net and send off an email, and I got everything going every which way here. The cat wanted to get up and help himself to my dinner, too.
Yeah. Well, my cat is in the house and I'm in my shack, so he can't or she can't even get anywhere near me. All right, man. Hey, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it.
Roger, roger. Ken, are you there? That's it, John. Go ahead, Mike.
Ken was here. Ken, did you, I could ask you if you broke something or something tripped, but you're not transmitting. So we're standing by for you. WA60IB, K6MYC. Go ahead, Ken. Maybe he got a call or something. Maybe something's taking him away. Anyway, Ken is in here. You could check Ken in 226 if you want, John. He was here, but he came in at the same time you did, about the same signal strength, and I asked him to stand by a second, and you were rolling in here, so I don't think he was pointed right to hear you there.
Should I give him a courtesy there, Mike?
Yeah, give him a courtesy check-in. He's here.
What was his number?
Okay, I didn't get the last comment. Heavy multipath on you now. Very, very heavily distorted with multipath flutter. Say it again with a few more words around it, John. KG6USS, K6MYC, standing by.
WB6JNP.
What was the gentleman's number? What's his Bozo number there?
Ken's Bozo number is 226. 226, over.
Okay, gotcha, 226. And what's his QTH out there, Mike?
I missed the question again. Rob, did you catch what he asked?
Yeah, it's Clovis, John, KM6SR.
Yeah, Clovis.
All right, copy Clovis. All right, very cool. All right, good. I'm glad my antenna's finally working again. So, all right, guys, thanks for checking in. We'll catch you later. KG6USS, 831, High Desert.
Okay, anybody else for Ken? I hear you, Dane. Don't run off. Anybody else for John down there? KG6USS in the High Desert, Delta Mike 14, looking for check-ins up here, over.
WB6JNP.
I've got you, Dane. Are you copying John down there in L.A.?
Negative.
Okay. But you were checking in at the same time. He was calling for more check-ins, so he was asking me questions. Okay, we got you. Dane, how was your weekend? Was warm for everybody? For the most part, I think it was a gorgeous weekend.
Yeah, it was really nice. Good weather all along. We're going to be headed towards Oceana tomorrow, so I won't be on 6, but I should be up on 2 come Wednesday.
Okay, Oceana. You mean Oceanside?
No, Oceano by Pismo Beach.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's there.
Is it like the little area out in the Pacific, Oceania?
Well, it's on California land, but yeah, it's I think it's just above Pismo Beach, and there's all sorts of fun little things, but we're going there for about a week.
Okay. What's going on there? Do they do Doonies, riding Joonies, or what? Is it in something else?
No, it's the Elks, the Clovis Elks group. There's an RV group, and we're a member of that. And so they always have these outings, and so we thought, well, we'll go along on this one.
Sure, why not? No, it should be good. Hopefully it'll hold, won't have a storm coming in on you or something. All right, well, we'll see you back on Wednesday, Dane. Have a safe trip, and enjoy yourself in Pismo/Oceania.
Okay, Mike, and we'll actually, I'll have the 2 whole loops up for 2, and then if I get ambitious, I will switch over to the 432 directional. So I'll try to aim it in this direction, see what we can come up with.
Okay, well, we should be able to hear you when we turn toward Atascadero on Wednesday. Of course, this is the first Wednesday of the month, so we wouldn't normally be over there because Ron isn't on the first Wednesday of the month, but we can, well, try to remember to turn your way. We probably won't hear you in Pismo if I don't turn over that way, so we'll hope for a good memory here. Make lots of calls. Call early and call often, like vote early and vote often. Over.
Yeah, I know how that goes. And by the way, we do. We vote by mail, and we vote every chance we get, which is often. Anyway, by the way, you're S9 and I'm off the back.
Yeah, did you vote for Proposition 50 no for at least 50 times?
Well, close enough.
Okay, 49, huh? The word is on the big picture on the Newsmax and the other channels, they all say Proposition 50 is going to pass here in California. Lord help us.
Well, who knows, you know? I figure as long as my vote gets counted, that's all that matters. How they want to gerrymander a district or whatever doesn't change the way I vote.
Well, I know, but it changes the number of Congress people, and it changes the area. They're trying to add 2 more Congress people in there for the Democrats by gerrymandering this thing. The state's already gerrymandered right up to almost the max. This is the last they can get out of it. Over.
Well, my thinking is that they should do congressional districts by grid square.
I agree.
No matter, you know, which side of the street you're on, it means that they have to come out and try to get every single voter as opposed to, oh, we've got enough votes in this to get this county. So I still believe in the one vote, one person idea.
I hear you. All righty. Well, good luck. I think you've already voted by mail, like you say, so you don't have to stick around for Tuesday. But I'm sure you'll be monitoring what the action is and how it's coming out. There's 4 or 5 very crucial races on the East Coast, and Prop 50 is the only one that's going to affect us one way or the other. All right, to go, and let's see who else is in here. We're still looking for KB6RQU, N6SWR, and I'm going to turn over toward you, Ron, and see if the signal even comes up more. That may be a bit of a fluke, because I was copying you pretty well, so actually better than sometimes I get you when I go direct. Hi. So is there anybody else before we go toward Atascadero? K6MYC. Ken, are you back?
Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
620.
Okay, I got 2 of you, 620 and 982. Good evening, Daryl. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. I got a funny story to tell you about the Prop 50 thing.
I'm ready. Let me do this. Let me just recognize Mike. Mike, we hear you. W6 Papa Echo, we've got you. 620, we've got you, Mike. Stand by a second. Maybe you can copy Daryl there in Coarsegold. He's going to tell a story about the election. Go ahead, Daryl.
I said I got called everything but white.
We didn't hear it, Daryl.
You didn't hear it?
No, you doubled with Mike.
You didn't hear my story?
The whole story.
We missed everything if you talked over me. I said, hang on a second. I want to bring in Mike, who had checked in at the same time you did, and I just wanted to make sure he heard that he was recognized, Daryl. So you must have gotten on the mic too quickly there. Sorry about that. Go ahead again. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, K6MYC. Go ahead now, Daryl.
Okay. There were 6 or 8 idiots gathered outside of the old Rite Aid in Oakhurst with their yes on 50 signs and yelling at cars. So I drove by there and hollered no on 50 and stuck my thumb out down at them, and they called me everything but white.
Very polite people, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh well, you know, hey, there's your typical live. That's what. You know, all I said was no on 50, and you know, and they go right to the calling you every name they can think of.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
Was this in Clovis? I mean, in Coarsegold?
No, in Oakhurst.
Oh, up in Oakhurst. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we got a few liberals that have moved into Oakhurst from L.A. and from other places. I don't think it's anywhere near the town it used to be.
No, I'm afraid you're right. I'll tell you what, though, there ain't too many of them in Coarsegold.
Well, I hope not.
There isn't.
All right, anything from you, Mike, from Oakhurst? Did you see that group that was bad-mouthing all the people that voted no on 50? W6 Papa Echo, K6MYC.
Oh yeah, I saw him there. I was on my way to the Yosemite Celtic Festival, which is at the community center there in Oakhurst, and saw him out there on the corner, and had to give him a big thumbs down as I drove by. There wasn't a lot of them there, but it's, you know, at least I, you know, got a look at who some of the ones who have mental issues are in the town, so you know which ones to avoid for sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, anybody who I think has a few brain cells would realize that Prop 50 is not a good thing. They may think they're gaining something right now, but you know, the trend and the way things are going here in California, even the areas that have strong Democrat support are starting to lose ground, and I think they continue to drive this state down the tubes like they are. They may find at a lot of the Democrat positions in Sacramento get replaced by Republicans. At least I hope more people wake up, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, good to hear you on here, W6PE.
Looking up that way there, Larry, but I haven't.
Okay, very good, Mike. Thank you for your input there, and I hope you're right. I hope we can get to 50 defeated. Don't need any more hassles in that area. It's gerrymandered to the point where it's not in a fair mode anyway, and they would just gain more seats, and it would be a bad sign for other states that are on the verge. All right. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else before we go to Atascadero for any last comments? K6MYC Bozo Net.
KJ6TY 1009.
1009. Good evening, Ron.
Good evening, Mike, and have a good net there.
Okay, and you got to go to work this week. Are you starting to work tonight?
Nah, I'm going to wait till Tuesday. I'll take tomorrow.
Towards Lone Pine there, John?
Okay, very good. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in there.
Yeah, Mike KM6 SR.
Go ahead, Rob, and you might give Ken another call. I don't know what happened to Ken. It's he just called one time, I think. I don't think I doubled with him. I don't think I did anything to him except ask him to hold while I was trying to copy the station that was underneath him there. Over.
Yeah, I think there might have been some doubling, but anyway, I heard Pat down there, I think, W6PMD. Pat, are you on tonight for the Northern California Bozo Net? Over.
What was the number?
W6 Papa Mike Delta K6MYC. Copy, Pat?
Yeah, sure do there, Mike. Yeah, hang on just a second. We've got John up there, KG6USS. He's looking towards Lone Pine. I'll be right back with you. Bozo 58.
Got Bozo 58. You've already got Bozo 47. John's got it already. Thank you. And you might also, I think he's got 432 also. Thank you.
Gotcha, 432 and 47.
Yeah, number comes 179. We copy?
Okay, Mike, let's go over Tascadero.
Okay. Okay, let's see. This should be better for you, Ron. Let's see if you're still in there. W6QUI, if you're still there. K6MYC for a direct path shot to you. Well, give him a call, Rob. He's not hearing me in his direction.
Okay. W6QUI, W6QUI. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, and the group. Are you on tonight, Ron? Well, he was there. He was saying that he heard you better when you were pointed different, and when you pointed at him, he didn't hear you as well.
Well, I think he's just gone. He thought we were done with him, and that's a shame because I told him I was going to come over his way, but when we keep getting check-ins over here, but maybe he had something to do, and he had to get away. That may be why he checked in early. Over.
Well, I think he hears you really good when you're pointed down in Bakersfield.
Well, that's possible. It's one way. See, one way I'm pointing on either side of Hildreth Hill. I'm either pointing at 210, which is pretty much direct to him, or a bounce path east of Hildreth Mountain, which is the one that's just south of me, that big hill. He's right behind it, so I have to go around it, but sometimes the signals go around it better than they go direct. Okay, here we go. Let's go up to Santa Cruz. Ken, WA60IB, are you out from the background there, K6MYC? Well, how did you do over at Larry's place? I hear you had a couple of other helpers that came by. Over. Rob?
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were talking to me or Ken. Mike. Yeah, I finally got a hold of Larry, and they had plenty of people over there, so he said he didn't need me. And Ken had mentioned that when I come over, he's got to tell me what to do, and I'm more trouble than I'm worth.
Okay. I guess they got the tri-bender up. I think Terry said he was there, but I don't know if he had a chance to help out or not. But apparently they had enough. Was Ken supposed to be over there?
Yeah, Ken was there. Ron was there. I think Terry might have been there, and somebody else too. So they had well more guys, and I stayed here and trying to get things going on my solar system. Over.
Yeah, good idea. Okay. When you said Ron, I don't know which Ron you're talking to.
Ron Heisman, I think, was over there at Larry's place, KM6SR.
I don't know Ron's call sign. Is he a Bozo member?
I don't think so. I'll have to look and see. I can't remember his call sign either.
Okay. I don't know who he is by the name. I may not have met him, but maybe I have over the years. But, okay, well, anyway, I'm glad he had help over there. That's the main thing. Ken's probably tired from being over there.
6TYO, you got your DMR radio on?
Ron, are you still here? KJ6TYO.
He might have gone over to the old-time radio net, Mike, KM6SRR.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's where Ken is. Does Ken check in there? What was that? Somebody made a comment. Go ahead, the comment. Go ahead, the comment. Okay, is everybody on edge today for some reason? Okay, I'm going to Santa Cruz.
K6MYC, K6MYC, KW6S, 610.
Good evening, Tom. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC, very strong signal tonight. And I guess I'm pretty close to being directly at you. That sounding good over here. How did your weekend go? You didn't do any contesting, did you? You didn't do the CW contest this weekend, did you?
Well, I did some contesting, but I'm not a CW guy. I never really cared for it and never got good enough at it to feel confident. I struggle and do it when I have to, and that's about it. But I did an FT8 Indonesian contest this weekend, which was kind of interesting and kind of a lot of fun, kind of coming off the previous weekend of the DX single sideband. So, yeah, I did kind of an obscure contest and had fun doing it.
How many did you work over there in Indonesia?
I think I think my total, I thought it was going to be really good. It came out to 739 contacts or stuff, but some of my missed exchange, and so I'll probably lose maybe 20 of them or so.
Oh boy, so the computer was busy, huh?
Oh yeah, it was busy, and if I could have stayed awake, I'd probably really done it up, but I did the first 14 hours or so, and then I caught a couple hours of sleep, and then the bands were dead, and then I got going again, and then everything died, and but I still ended up having a lot of fun.
Well, 700 contacts is no small effort, so that's great. I'm glad you had fun with that. All right, let's see if Lee is in here tonight. Lee, I wonder if you are here. You got your concrete poured a couple of days ago. I wonder if that all came out. AF6 United, K6MYC. He's resting up from the concrete pour, I guess, huh?
Well, he very well could be. I saw pictures of it. He got the guys that did a really nice-looking job on the hole, and I guess got everything stabilized as far as the rebar cage and stuff. And the pour, I think, went well. It looks beautiful with the base sitting in it. And I think his only complication, they maybe had some trouble getting the concrete trucks up his street.
Well, that's a good sign. Means you got some elevation there. All righty. Very good. Sorry he's not in here to give us a first-hand report, but well, sure we'll get it tomorrow, maybe on 6 meters.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got a beautiful location. I think for VHF he's in pretty good shape, and HF the same. So I think he's got a pretty good location there.
Yeah, I think he does. He pounds in here. Once he got the antennas up just above the roof, you know, he got up a little higher. That was the big key. He had to just get up off the ground. I think at first he was doing 432 at 10 feet or something. It worked. I could hear him, but nothing like what he is now. Combination of that and probably not having the antennas working just right either. Anyway, you're sounding good. How about Rob? You want to say hello to Tom?
Yeah, good evening, Tom. W6, oh shoot, just a minute. KW6S, I get it right. You got to look it up sometimes. Anyway, you were real strong, kind of faded out, so I don't know if you have a good copy on me or not, Tom. KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Oh, yeah, you're in great shape tonight. So that's doing pretty good. Yeah, it's one of these paths that just seems to work for the most part on us here, and I've enjoyed. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the swap meet there, and yeah, I'm glad Lee gets in there most part, but I guess you and Lee have some problems on at least some of the bands. Probably the 432. KM6SR, KW6S.
Okay, Tom. Yep, I'll be over at the swap meet. Look forward to seeing you also. Yeah, Lee and I, our path to each other, I guess, has a little hill in the way or something. So it's hard except for just a couple of bands. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, KM6SR.
Okay. Anybody else to say hello to Tom here? KW6S is on frequency. K6MYC, Bozo Net. I guess that's it. Tom, we'll see you tomorrow, of course, on 222, and then hopefully a little later on 6. 6 has been languishing here. We actually had more check-ins on 432 last week than we did on 6, so hopefully it'll pick up a little bit on 6 meters. Don't know why everybody's kind of lost interest there. Well, makes sense to me, but I'm sorry that that's happening. And I guess the only thing I can do when I talk to the ARRL the next time, I did have a long chat with the guys at ARRL on the phone, and they're going to contact me again tomorrow to get signed up, and I'm also going to talk to them about our the disturbance, let's say the lack of activity that's been created by the increase of activity on FT8 on 6 meters. Nobody's talking anymore, and that's taken a huge edge off the band. So all the guys that were interested in talking are gone, and all the guys that want to push a button and get automatic contacts are having lots of fun, but it's destroyed the band as far as I'm concerned. So they've got to come up with some way to separate the two when they're doing contests, if nothing else. Get everybody back on sideband for the ARRL VHF contest. That's what has to happen. CW or sideband is okay. And get FT8 on a different weekend anyway. All right. I guess the sun's doing some wild stuff. A index the other day was 39. They had Aurora on the East Coast and all kinds of good stuff. So I'm not sure that's not affecting my clock here. I have a clock that's atomic clock, and it just hasn't caught up yet. It can't seem to get a signal from WWVH or whatever the hell. No, it's not H. What the hell is the one that's real low frequency? It's the one in Colorado, but it's at 500 kilohertz or something. Anyway, the clock is not updating itself, and I'm not sure that's not because of the strong magnetic disturbances that's affecting the lower frequencies there. All right, Tom 73, and we'll see you tomorrow. KW6S, K6MYC. I'll be moving up into the Bay Area.
Very good. Catch you tomorrow night. K6MYC, KW6S.
73. 775 on the bounce of the crooked path. Good evening, Mike. Good evening. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775. Go ahead. K6MYC.
K6MYC and the Bozo Group, KB6WSC. Good evening, one and all. It's nice, 55 degrees, clear skies here in wonderful Daly City. And the Niners won today. All kinds of good things. How are you doing? Back to you, Mike. KB6WSC.
very good. Okay, on your temperatures, we had a lovely day here. I think we had about 75 maybe. It might have gotten to 75, 74, 75 anyway. Quite warm for November at this time of year. So we can't complain. Good to hear you, Mike, and certainly look for you tomorrow on 6 meters. KB6WFC, Daly City, K6MYC, QRZ, the Bay Area, Bozo Net, 2 meters. Bay Area, K6MYC, WB6JNN, did you fix it yet, Jim? No, Jim didn't get his problem fixed yet. WB6WNI, how about you, Gary?
Oh, good evening, Mike. I am here, and I believe Chris called as well. Yeah, Mike, people said you're coming extremely loud. I mean, I'm just being so spoiled, but you're coming very well. You had a beautiful day today, and did some gardening. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, very good. And Chris would be K6UYH?
That is correct. He called, then you called me. But anyway, I'm going to let you speak with Chris. The dog's here, and we'll talk with you tomorrow. I moved the antenna a little bit for 6 meters, so we'll see how it goes. We'll try it out tomorrow. K6MYC, W679.
Yeah, last week you were readable, but about as weak as I never heard you on 6. So hopefully your antenna movement will help. Let me see if I can hear you, Chris. Go ahead. K6UYH, K6MYC.
Yes, K6MYC. This is KA6UYH.
Is it KA6?
Yes, Roger. KA or Kilo Alpha 6 Uniform Yankee Hotel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to separate those more carefully when you say it, because that's the first time I'd ever heard it. A6UYH. I've been calling you K6. Anyway, good, Chris. Give me your Bozo number for the log here, and for the stream.
It is 1226.
Okay. And how was your day? Are you making any headway with the horizontal antenna for 6 meters?
No, not yet. We've looked at Moxons and we've looked at halos, or halos, however you pronounce that. But we're probably going to try a dipole and try that first and see if I can work you.
Yeah, I don't see why you can't. You're so strong here. Vertically polarized on 2 meters. I can't imagine. I can't even imagine that I couldn't hear you the other day on 6. Almost like the antenna wasn't working, but Gary said you were 20 over at his place, so you must have been radiating. But for some reason, the cross polarization really affected us seriously on 6 meters there. Anyway, yeah, the dipole should work if you can get it up. Again, a string of wire, or how are you going to make the dipole?
I actually have a ballon laying around, so I'll just go ahead. I think it's about 10 feet across, so 5 and 5, or about 4, yeah, roughly about 5 and 5. So I'm going to just do that. I have a 10-foot mast that's up about 14 feet, and so if I can get that up there, I think that's close enough to its wavelength, so we should be doing all right.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, 20 feet is a wavelength, give or take. All right, very good. Thank you, Chris. Good to hear you. Very strong as always. I don't know how I missed your check-in when I stood by and called for Gary. You must have just doubled with me. Anyway, good evening. KA6UYH, K6MYC.
All right, thanks, Mike. Pleasure working you. KA6UYH.
Roger. Who else do we have in the Bay Area? Come on, guys. Got a lot of people over there. AB6SR hasn't checked in for a couple of weeks now. What's going on with Stan?
KB6BA.
KB6BA. Good evening, Oliver. And you're not as strong as the guy that's vertical there. That's weird. Anyway, good enough to copy the good, strong, steady signal from you as always. KB6BA 900. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Turn the volume down here. So, just walked in the room. Chris was very loud. Just turned the volume up and almost got screwed up with reversal of daylight savings. K6MYC, KB6PF.
Yeah, very good. Well, you're very loud. No problem. I moved the antenna. It was only just up at 282, which just barely squeaks me into the bottom end. And I think you're further more towards Sunnyvale, aren't you?
Yeah, northern Sunnyvale, south end of San Francisco Bay.
Okay. Anyway, good signal. And let's see who else we have. AB6SR. Stan, we haven't heard you for a couple of weeks. Where are you? K6MYC.
P6KLY. I'm here somewhere.
Oh, you're here somewhere?
Yes, AB6SR.
I hear you, Russ. Stand by.
On before me, though. Should we take a break?
Well, I can take you, and then I'll get Russ in here. I've got you 807, and I've also got 111 written down. We'll just have Russ stand by a moment. Go ahead. Tell me what you've been up to.
Yeah, we were up in Oregon for a week or so, and then got back and was hoping to go into the hospital at Good Sam for some more surgery, but I got there and they had no record of me at all, so the surgeon's office screwed up. So it's been one of those times, Mike. So guess I'm just getting old and silly or something. Yeah, been here most of the time. Quiet day. We had, I think, a really warm day with 79, I think, by the looks of things. So a little bit warmer than you even. Anyway, not much going on, but as I say, we were up in Oregon and came back again and sort of tidying up and redoing my computer stuff. Because the other one collapsed. Anyway, back to you, K6MYC AB6SR in Los Gatos.
Okay, well, let me get this sequence straight here on your medical issue, and I don't know, I'm not probing, but I'm just trying to confirm what I heard, because you're not the only one that's getting all screwed up. The medical profession, not the doctors as much as their help, the people in the office, my God, they seem like they've got a bunch of DEI hires or something, because they're just they're losing records. They're not sending records when they should. They're messing up appointments. I got one appointment for my doctor, and they said, "Oh, you don't have to come in. It was a verbal." No, it's not a verbal. I'm going in for a pre-op. You can't do a pre-operation health exam over the phone, I don't think. It's just all kinds of screw-ups, and it sounds like they lost you altogether. So had you been to that, what hospital was it? Had you been there before for surgery before you left Oregon? And then when you came back, you were going to go back for more, and they didn't have any record that you'd even been there? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, not quite. I'd been to Good Sam a couple of times before. They're a very good hospital here. No complaints at all with them, Mike. But I got up. It was October 22, a week or two ago. Got up at 3:45 because I really did have a 5:30 appointment there for pre-op and then surgery at 7:30, and I hoped to be home by lunchtime. But when I got there at 5 o'clock, just after 5, they said, no, we have no record of you. So it's just as you say, the surgeon's office that was in charge of arranging it with Good Sam somehow screwed up. So can't blame the hospital. They did their best to try and wake up the surgeon's office at 6 in the morning, but I just came home and had breakfast. So yeah, next time, November 26th. Let's hope it works. So yeah, that's it. Some of the offices screw up. Hospital did a great job. They were really nice about it and tried their best. Anyway, that's it from me. Back to you, K6MYC, AB6SR.
Well, I think all of the staff is getting good practice at covering up for somebody's stupid mistakes. And every staff is very helpful once they discover that they've made a horrible error. And they accommodate, but shouldn't have been made that way in the first place. So. But I'm seeing the same thing. We're hearing stories from almost everybody that goes to the doctor. most of my friends are old, and they're making multiple doctor visits over the course of a month, and they're always getting tangled up in their hours and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So don't feel like the Lone Ranger. Anyway, eventually you'll get it done a month late. That's what's happened with my eye operation. My eye operation took so long that the blindness came on so strong that I didn't even see any reason to do the operation because it was too late by the time they would have gotten me in there. I was due to go in on November 3rd, or Tuesday coming, and in the last week or so I've gone downhill so far it's not even worth getting the operation in the left eye. It's almost gone. So they dragged it out from August. I've been complaining about it since August, and it's finally taken till November 3rd to finally get an operation, and too late. You know, if I had a heart attack, they couldn't have delayed it very long. Over.
Yeah. So your appointment for tomorrow, I guess, is what are we, Monday or Tuesday? That's screwed up too. So yeah. Well, what can I say? I was disappointed. I mean, been awake all night. You know, I don't think people realize the sort of anxiety and the lack of food and water you're supposed not to have beforehand. And you get to the hospital and you think everything's going to be fine, and it's like, oops, sorry, we don't know who you are, kind of thing. Dear. So, how's your sight is not at all good at the moment. So, is there some good hope for it, or what? Back to you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming in, and understand now how I didn't hear you for a week or so while you were up in Oregon and all that rest of that. So that explains why we didn't hear you. Thanks for checking in tonight, Stan. And okay on your nice warm day. Yeah, it was about that same picture, a couple of degrees one way or the other. I didn't even look at the gauge outside. I was cutting up wood, and I was chainsawing, and I was sweating, so that I know it was warm. Anyway, that's all I know. All righty, very good. 7-3, and let me pick up Russ there. Sorry to keep you waiting, Russ, but I was trying to figure out what was going on with Stan there. K6KLY, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike, just checking in up here. You're very loud here on 2 meters, and good luck with that eye operation, K6KLY.
Yeah, no, I canceled it. I canceled the operation because it's too late. By the time I'm losing eyesight on a daily basis, Russ, and you could see that when you were here. But it's going worse every day, particularly in the left eye, and there's nothing to salvage anymore. They're trying to save it, and we're slow up the loss, but they waited so long to do the operation and make the determination and get the appointment to even make that determination that I've lost so much vision it isn't worth saving anymore. It's more of a trouble than it's worth, and I'll go into it more when we have more time here. But I canceled the operation. It's a waste of time. Over.
Okay, Roger. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, a lot of things are screwed up in the medical profession right now. 7-3 is K6KLY.
7-3, Russ. Okay, who else in the Bay Area, please? K6W6PQL, are you there, Jim?
Oh, yeah, just waiting in line. Here I am.
Give me some chatter. You're very weak.
Okay, well, you're fine over here. You know, it's always up and down, but you're pointing pretty much in the right direction. Good evening to you. And I see this one thermometer that I have here says it was 80 degrees today. I don't think it's quite that warm. That thermometer must be getting hit by the sun. But on the good side of things, I remember to set my clocks. Sometimes I don't, but this time I did. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, okay. Well, even my atomic clock that was supposed to set itself didn't do it. So we're trying to figure out why it's jerking and herking. Didn't catch up an hour or fall back an hour. Anyway, at lunch at dinner time we were putting a new battery in, and it even wouldn't go then. So it may be that it's just not receiving enough signal from WWV in Colorado at the present time. Anyway, and I'm sure that you had a good, enjoyable, weather-wise at least, weekend, Jim. I don't know who else we might have in here. We still haven't heard a few, but we got a pretty good crew this evening. I haven't heard KE6. Oh, for heaven's sake, 177. IQ, no, that's not right. I can't remember Gary's call up there. KE6, for heaven's sakes. Anyway, I haven't heard him tonight, and I haven't heard, of course, we haven't heard Ed for, 4 or 5 months, 6 months now? KWA6AXX. So anyway, take one more call for the Bay Area, and we'll go over to Oakley and see who was in there in the middle of the San Joaquin Valley. Anybody else in the Santa Clara Valley? Bay Area, K6MYC, last call. See you tomorrow night on 222 and 6 meters, Jim. We've been missing you on 6. You haven't come back the last couple of weeks there. W6PQL for your final, K6MYC.
Yeah, as always, something comes up. I've always got something to do, and sometimes just get tired of waiting. But, okay. Let's see, there was something else. Oh, yeah. Do you think that WWV thing is that we're losing signal because of the sun's activity, or are they not on the air on 10, 15, 5, and stuff like that anymore?
Oh, no. WWV is there, and it's probably still there, but the frequency that the clock uses is that 450 kilohertz or 500 kilohertz frequency. Signal. It's a real low frequency thing, and the only thing I can think of is being attenuated by the high A and the K index. Over.
Yeah, okay, because I noticed the same thing here. I've got a little weather sensor out there that measures the temperature and the humidity and that sort of thing, and it also supposedly synchronizes with WWV. It's always about 3 minutes fast, though, 2 or 3 minutes fast. I can't figure out why, but that's what it reads. So I'm sure there's better technology these days. I may have to replace it. 7-3, Mike. We'll see you tomorrow. W6PQL.
Okay, yeah, 7-3, Jim. I don't know about your clock either. This clock I have, this thing is 18 inches, almost 18 inches in diameter. It's a big, beautiful clock, hangs on the wall, but the receiver and the clock is all powered by one AA battery. One. You'd think they'd have at least 3 volts for a receiver, but the receiver's got to be working at 1.5 volts. And obviously, that's got to take a pretty good signal to get some data into it that would set the time. But anyway, it's worked in the past, and I think it did take off and start to go when we put the new battery in. It took off, and it went to 5 o'clock. Went backwards an hour or something. I don't know what it did, but it was what last I looked at, it was reading 5 o'clock as opposed to 8 or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. It'll probably be all right in the morning. 7-3, Jim. See you tomorrow on 222. W6PQL, K6MYC, moving over to Oakley there.
KM6SR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Hey, Jim, I heard you pretty good there. Didn't know if you could hear me. I know you got a high noise level. W6PQL, KM6SR with your nice new 2M 2000 amp here. Over.
Was that Rob in there?
Yeah, he says he's hearing you quite well, and he's got your 2000 amp on there. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd probably hear him pretty well, too, if it weren't for the noise over here. That's my stumbling block on 2 meters. So I hear you in there, Rob, but you're below the noise level that I've got here. Over.
Did you get that, Rob? You're right below the noise level. He got noise over there, and that's why he probably didn't hear you. He's cupping you. He could hear you in there, but he couldn't read it. Rob, over.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, he dropped down for me now, so I could hear him in there with some words, but not the total thing.
Then you can imagine imagine what you have if you add another 6 or 8 dB of power line noise and stuff that he has to fight there. He's right on a main street with lots of industry around him and also lots of humanity. So wonder he hears as well as he does. 7-3, good evening, Jim. Thank you for the try with Rob there. W6PQL, K6MYC. Anybody else before we go to Oakley? Okay, nothing heard. How about Oakley? N6RO, how was your weekend? K6MYC.
N1PPP, 336. I'm pointed right now at Jim, PQL, very loud. I'm now turning toward you, Mike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, N6RO, Bozo 835. In Charlie Mike 97, high temperature was somewhere in the high 70s, and I just finished celebrating our sweepstakes win with filet mignon and all that good other stuff. So right now we're reported the high score in a multi-category for the second year in a row. But it's going to come down to log checking because there were 3 stations, one in Missouri and one in Arizona that were very close to us. So we'll find out when the log checker does his thing. K6MYC and 6RO.
Okay, very good. Somebody doubled with you when you first picked it up. Jim, W6PQL, was that you with a final comment, Jim, over?
N1PPP, 336.
Oh, N1PPP, 336. Okay, good evening, Dave. Nice signal. And I'll put down Kent as well. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, have a good night, Mike. Thanks.
Roger, Dave. Thank you very much for being there and checking in when we don't have Dennis to help you out there. I always like to get your check-in directly. Hi. Even though we don't have the path that's good enough for a lot of rag chewing. Hi. 7-3, Dave. Thank you. Have a good Sunday night, what's left of it here. Vote often, vote early, and vote often, okay? N1PPP, K6MYC, 7-3. Okay, back to you, Ken. And so you did really well in this contest, but the sweepstakes one was what, from 2 weeks ago?
No, this was the CW sweepstakes. The Worldwide DX sideband was 2 weeks ago. And we still have the sideband sweepstakes coming up in 2 weeks. And the JIDX contest, Work All Japan, next weekend. So it's the heart of the season activity-wise here. Yeah, I think I mentioned we tried to we were defending our title in the multi-single category, and we had 1,061 contacts in all sections, and the whole contest is getting slower and slower. Well, I should say less and less participation as people get older. I made back 20 years ago when I was doing single op, I had 1,360 QSOs. Right now, the highest single op was from Texas with 1183. So activity is going down, but we're still at it. K6MYC and 6RO.
Yeah, I think people are kind of strung out these days, monetarily, number one, and also interest-wise, and all the rest of it. Combine that with some restrictions in some cases, probably not for you guys. The contesters have found their way outside of the city limits enough to get out from underneath all the restrictions for heights and antennas and stuff like you have. But it certainly limits the number of smaller stations that are in there, and you know that, and that's what you're seeing. All righty, good. Well, we'll look for you tomorrow night on 222. Good, strong signal tonight. Let's see if Rob can talk to you here for a minute and see how you guys are hearing each other. And did I forget the others? Oh, no, I got N1PP that checked in with you. KM6SRR. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, thanks, Mike. N6RO, Ken, how you doing? This KM6SRR?
I'm doing pretty good for an old fart. Here, loud and clear here, Rob.
All right, that's good to hear. Yep, I enjoy listening and hearing all your contests and stuff. It's kind of a privilege to have somebody amongst our ranks that's doing so good there. We appreciate it. Thanks, KM6SRR.
Yeah, thanks for the kind words. Well, it's what I do in my retirement elderly phase. 7-3 to all listening, N6RO. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, let me give you a quick update. I don't want to bore people with this, but I got an email from the ARRL, and they said, "Are you still an active ham?" It was an impersonal email, but they did leave a phone number. And they also asked a bunch of questions. 10 of the questions, and 7 of them I could understand what they wanted to know, and were interesting. But 3 of them I couldn't understand the lingo. They had some abbreviations and stuff that I didn't even understand. So anyway, I called the ARRL place, and they called me back at 2 o'clock on Friday, which was almost quitting time back there. But I had a nice chat with Steve Bessett. He's a sales advertising manager, but he's also taking care of these kind of calls for technical and whatever. I just called in because I was going to tell them all the stuff that we were doing, because they were saying, "Oh, this is ARRL protecting our frequencies, and 902 and 432 are threatened, and blah, blah, blah." So I wanted to call in and let them know that, first of all, I was slightly active as a ham, as you are, Ken. You and I are about as active as you could get within the limits of our bodies and brains. And what we were doing with the Bozo Net and all the rest of that. And luckily, Steve, the guy I talked to, was aware of the Bozo Net, had listened to the live stream. I didn't know we had 1,232 members, but at least he was aware of it. And he was very enthusiastic about what we were doing. I had told him that we're trying to get a 902 sector also going for the Bozo Net, so we call 902 and 1296 and 432 and so on. But they're very, very worried about 902 being lost to commercial. And so anyway, I told him what we were doing. He got really excited about it, and he said, "Well, I'll get back with you later in the week. Maybe we can get somebody to call you and interview and make an article of it. They can publish an article about the Bozo Net and what we're doing and how it came about and all the rest of it with the live stream and so on." I think we've got a very technical net here, and it's worth noting that it could be done this way all over the country. I think a lot of people are losing interest in the nets because a lot of people cannot copy all the stations, so they lose interest. They just check in and then they go away. But the live stream gives everybody a chance to hear everybody that I can hear, and so on, and also get a chance to see their own signal at my location, et cetera, et cetera. You know the advantages. Anyway, it was a good conversation, and one of these days we might see a free ad in one of the magazines from QST that expounds the glories of Bozo Net. I wasn't patting myself on the back. I just wanted to let them know we were doing our share to keep the bands alive and giving them something to argue with when they're talking to the FCC. Anyway, that was a short recap. It was an hour-and-a-half conversation, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, that really good conversation, and Bozo Net deserves some recognition and what you're doing. Have another comment that escapes me. I'll call you at 3 a.m. N6RO.
Okay. See you tomorrow, 222 and 6, 73, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC. Good evening.
Night-night.
Okay, KD6 Whiskey, Victor Lima, are you there, John?
K6NYC, KD6WVL, 1179.
Okay, gotcha. Hang on a second. Somebody called in with you. Who was the other one that called in with John?
KO6IQR, 1189.
Gotcha, 1189. Hang on just a second, Mario. We'll get right with you. Anyway, John, good signal over here. We did... I think we worked you on 432, but now I can't remember. Did we? Yeah, we finally got you on 432, didn't we? John, I was referring to you, KD6WVL. We worked you Thursday on 432, did we?
Oh, Roger on that. Yeah, with my little 25 watts and a whole loop.
Yeah, I remember now. It was Q5. It wasn't bodacious, as we knew it never will be, but it was certainly adequate. And it's consistent from one week to the other, so that was the main thing. And I appreciate your check-in there on 432. We had 31 check-ins, so a very, very good active night on 432. Actually, more check-ins there than we got on 6 meters on Monday. Hi. Thank you, John. Anything to report from your side, or are you just rolling on there?
Oh, I'm just sitting here listening to the net without the feed. I'm hearing pretty much everybody out there. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a 9700. I'm about a quarter of the way there, so I got to sell some more precious metals and some other junk laying around the house. Hi.
Okay. Yeah, well, you keep shopping them around. You might find one. If you can find one under 1,000, that would be a good deal. I think I paid just about that, but I had a special deal because we were at the Dayton Hamvention, and I bought 2 of them at the same time. And of course, I'm a excuse me. I had a cough. I'm a manufacturer, so I get a different price than you guys get, unfortunately, or fortunately for me. So we bought 2 of them. Actually bought 3 of them. Ken bought one, I bought one, and then I bought another one later. But they gave us a pretty good price. I think it was just under 1,000. So hopefully you won't get dinged too bad for your 9700. Look around and keep shopping. And then kind of save up enough money to add the Bodnar frequency stabilization system. It doesn't cost much, but that'll give you 100% stability. GPS locked units, very easy to put in and very easy to get set up and running. And it locks you to a great stability, and you'll need it probably on 1296 particularly. So Ken Bodnar out of England. It'll be advertised in QST. In fact, Steve was just telling me, the guy from AWL was telling me they're just putting an ad in for Ken Bodnar. And he also has a 9700 back there, so he's a VHFer as well. Thank you. And 7-3 for now. KD6WVL, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KD6WVL. Good to talk to you, Mike. 7-3 to you in the net. Have a good evening.
Okay. Fine and dandy. And we had another one in there, and I forgot who it was now. Who was it?
Mario.
Oh, Mario. Yeah, I'm sorry. 1189. I got you written down, Mario, and then I forgot. Sorry about that. But you've been listening to all my diatribe here. So, Howard, you're checking in without really being set up much. You're operating in the mobile tonight?
No, I got I had some time today, and I threw up the mast and the horizontal up, so I think I'm kind of set up. I don't really like where I set it up, kind of behind a tree, but I'm going to try to find a better spot.
Yeah, well, it's doing a good job. You're not as strong as you were in Turlock, but still pretty good copy. No problem. Very, very strong signal anyway. So glad you got moved over, and hopefully you'll get settled in as the week moves on there. I should see my son back here on Wednesday, and I'll remind him to see if he can get over and touch bases with you when he gets back to Patterson. He's been in Tennessee visiting his son back there. I think I mentioned that to you. A busy boy. He's got the company that let him go because they lost their contract did get refunded, and they want him back now. So he's got two companies that are clamoring for his services, along with the fact that he's trying to get his own station, his own shop functional, and renting it out, if nothing else, to other local machinists there. So he's very busy with that kind of stuff right now. 7-3, Mario. Great to hear you. We'll look for you tomorrow night on 6. KO6IQR, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, 7-3. I'm going to try to put the HO loop up. I'm not sure how I did last week with the what I have is a delta loop. It is horizontal. It's I think an inverted delta loop, what they call it. So it should be horizontally polarized. I'll try that out and see how that works on 6.
73 Mike, K6MYC, KO6 IQR.
Yeah, okay, very good. We'll look forward to hearing it. Thank you, Mario. Anybody else up this direction, W6WZZ? Are you here, John? Anybody else before I go to Sacramento, K6MYC? Nothing heard. Here we go to Sacramento, KJ6KFB. 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 How about you, Daryl? Darren, are you off and running, or are you home? K6MYC. He must be walking the wife to the casino. How about you, Bill? KO6KD, K6MYC, over?
Yeah, that's what I understood. He said, gave me a text message here a couple hours ago and said he was, well, he's now referring to it as taking his wife to work. So, whatever. Okay, anyway, so, yeah, so he's not around. Good evening, KO6KD Bozo 776 is checking in. Good signal tonight, Mike. I've been hearing you direct while you were talking to Ken and some of the other places. Good signal, depending on where you're at. Point it. Hopefully you're copying me all right. John's also out here, so I'll get out of the way because he's got some information to relay to you. KO6KD.
Yeah, Roger. I'll talk to you in the morning, hopefully. I'll try to be there right at 8 o'clock local time now and get started. Hopefully you'll be up, but I'll understand if you are late. Anyway, hopefully you're feeling decent. You must be medicined up enough. I had a couple of other ideas of people to call to see if they could you couldn't get some service in there one way or the other, medical service. I'll tell you more about that in the morning. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Anyway, thanks for checking in. And Rob, for your information, I am checking in KJ6KFB, who did talk to Bill, asked to be checked in there, over.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was going to ask you that question. Thanks, KM6SR.
And we'll probably get 759 next. Let's see. Let me bump the antenna a little bit here. KR6MR, K6MYC, John?
Yeah, good evening, Mike and the group, K6MYC. This is KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Yeah, booming. And very stable and clean signal tonight. I think 2 meter conditions this hour later. The band is really stabilized, I think. You see, we were always fighting that sundown, daylight, sunlight, and then darkness problem, where most of the net was right at the edge of that. To now, we got an hour later, and stabilized signals are much more solid and a lot less fluttery and wavery. So you're sounding good. And I appreciate you sticking around here. I'm running a little late tonight, but lots to talk about, I guess. KR6MR, and then we'll go for Reading, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. We'll find out tomorrow night, see how well the bands will work. Okay, also want to check in Dennis, WB6ISO, Bozo 86, and he wanted me to relay on to you that, where is he? I had his name here a second ago. WA6IKE, Gary. Bozo is 48. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah. Gary was very regular for a long time. He had a great location up there in Lincoln. And so what's the word on Gary?
Well, the word I heard, at one time he was going to move to Oregon, but right now he's in Nevada City and trying to get all of his stuff back together again.
Well, good. We should be able to work him from Nevada City if he's not buried right up against the Sierras there.
Yeah, well, Nevada City is no different from what's the other town up there? Anyway, yeah, should have no problem at all.
Yeah, I forgot Gary's Bozo number. I think you said 38 or something, but I don't think it was 38, but it was something on the low numbers.
It's 48.
Oh, 48, one after mine, huh?
After you.
Okay, 48. Got it. Okay, well, hopefully Gary will get set back up. We miss him. He was very, very active until he decided to move out. I think there was a divorce in the process there. Over.
Yeah, something like that. Really not going to worry about that too much, but hopefully we'll be hearing him on the net here pretty soon. KR6MR.
Okay, thank you, John. Appreciate it. And thanks to Dennis for relaying that information. And hopefully Gary should start to listen to the net. Hopefully somebody reminds him we have the net. I mean, we have the stream, and he could listen to it so he knows what's going on here and how much activity we have. Way up from when he was active. Okay, let's see, Reading. Let me go back to Reading, KD6SW and KO6HS. Reading, Charlie November 80, K6MYC, calling and standing by. Rich, are you there?
Bozo 884.
Shortwave in Reading, number 145. Top of the evening to you.
Yeah, 145, I've got you. And I hear you, Phil, stand by a second. 884, don't let me forget him, Rob. 884. And very good. You're not real strong, very, very weak. If you'll give me a little longer transmission, Rich, I'll see if I can peek on you. I may not be pointed just right for you. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, over.
Okay, been kind of a nice busy day today, but out there at Weed Whacker, the rain is coming and going. The pasture is starting to grow like crazy out there, and I don't have that llama anymore to keep it mowed down. So now it's all left up to me and Weed Whackers. So anyway, been kind of busy taking care of that, and I got some garlic planted, and it's looking pretty good. So I should have a nice crop sometime after December, I guess. KD6, so what?
I missed the crop of what's the crop of, over?
Oh, I got garlic planted. I love garlic. Like they say down in Gilroy, too much garlic is not enough.
There you go. We used to live in San Martin, and when the wind changed, we would be decimated with garlic processing out of Gilroy. And then they would have the garlic festival down there, and they would have garlic ice cream. Can you believe that? Anyway, good deal, and hopefully you'll get a good crop there in December. Booming signal now, and I moved the antenna a little bit, and your signal also came up. Let's see if Jerry's in there. Jerry, KO6HS, how copy? K6MYC.
Under KO6HS 230, Mike 230. We're in here, and not real strong, but fairly consistent, so let's see if we can't make it down. Over.
Yeah, Q5, and down a little bit from Rich, but it might be just the band conditions going up and down. But your Q5, Jerry, good to hear you. And hopefully you had an enjoyable weekend, and the weather's been very nice to us down here. We've been in the 70s and pushing toward 80 in some cases. So really, really pleasant and very, very unusual warm and a wonderful fall here. We need the rain, but boy, the weather is sure nice when it's like this. KO6HS, and then back to Rich, K6MYC, over. Okay, I think Jerry's done. I lost him. The fade came up, and I don't know if I'll hear you either, Rich. But anyway, 73s, and take a transmission and wrap it up there. Tell us what your weather's been like if you can, Rich. KD6SW with KO6HS. 73s, K6MYC listening for you, over.
Okay, yeah, you're coming back up again there, Mike. Well, weather has been awfully nice. Trying to enjoy it while we can. Unfortunately, it's kind of breezy every day. But I did manage to get a couple of burn piles taken care of out in the pasture, so I'm up to date so far. Anyway, 7-3, good to hear you on again. KD6SW ready, 145.
Okay, we haven't had a chance to burn yet. I've got huge burn pile. It's separated into many little ones, so we don't burn the big pile all at once. It's too big. So I've got 5 or 6 piles around the center pile that will push in as the center pile is burning. But I'm waiting for a burn day, but we won't get it until we get another rain here. Hi. 7-3, Rich, great to hear you, and I'll listen for you again on 6 meters. I will listen for you again on 6 meters tomorrow. KD6SW and KO6HS 73 from Charlie November 80. This is K6MYC Bozo Net.
Okay, strong there, Mike. I'll try to get the 6, but I didn't hear anything yet. And 432. So we'll just keep trying. Over.
I didn't get it. You're down in the noise, but I think you were referring to the nets. But I haven't heard you. I have not heard you for a week or so on 432 or on 6 meters. Band conditions not been very good, but hopefully tomorrow they'll be good on 6 meters. 7373 K6MYC.
I think he was saying something about 432 KM6SRR.
Oh, I couldn't tell. I think he was there on 432, but I couldn't be sure. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. 73 K6MYC. Anybody else in the area of Sacramento, KW6T, or anyone before we go to before we go to Nevada?
We've got Phil up there, Mike.
Okay, Phil. How was the last of your day? It was nice this morning to have everybody in there. Sorry I was late. WB6GY K6MYC. Well, I haven't moved the antenna. Maybe he just didn't stick around. WB6GGY, maybe on another net. K6MYC. Okay, well, we got him anyway.
Yep, and we've got our own garlic right here in our own backyard. I know when I used to work up in Merced, when the wind would change, Atwater has a huge garlic plant there, and it would come in real strong.
Yeah, we used to have a guy that checked in from Atwater, too, and he went away. He moved. He was living with his mother, and that didn't work out or something. I don't know, but anyway, he moved, and then he never came back on again. So must have moved out of the area. Okay. Well, I guess we'll go to Nevada and see what happens there.
We're just before 9, so we should have Larry in there.
What did you say? Did I miss somebody?
No, I was saying we are just before 9, so we should have Larry in there, KM6SRR.
Oh, okay, well, let's hope so. Larry hasn't been checking in regular here. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. Larry, are you with us tonight? K6MYC. Don't hear Larry. KD6BQ, Kilo Delta 6 Bravo Queen, K6MYC. How about you, Richard? I think Richard said he was going to be gone this week because he's going over to visit his father in Utah. Let's try for Eric. Eric, let's see if we can hear you. I think we probably can tonight. N7 Victor Alpha Charlie. Victor Alpha Zulu, sorry. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. N7 VAZ. K6MYC. Eric, are you there? I don't hear anything from Eric. Let's try KE7UQL. I'm not quite pointed at you there, Daniel, but maybe you can hear me and I'll search for you when you come back. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. There you are. Got you. You're coming in more north than normal, but we'll take it whatever we get it. Good to hear you, and sorry about the weather and the antennas on the other bands there. Are you going to have 432 fixed this week or not? Over.
We're working on everything. In fact, I want to know when you are on 902 over. When did you do 902 over?
Did you get that, Rob?
I heard the over, but I didn't quite get what he was saying. I was trying to peek on him.
Okay, let me say again. When are you working 902? When do you work 902? Over.
Yeah, I can hear you say you're working on something, and you've got 2 meters working, and I think 432 will be working. You're working on all the systems, from what I understand. So maybe we'll hear you on 222 tomorrow. 222 has always been okay, right? 222 okay for tomorrow, Daniel?
I will say okay. We'll give you a Roger. Let me ask about 902. When do you work 902, over?
Yeah, well, I don't have anything going on 902 yet. We've had to kind of put that project on the back burner just for a little while. Don't give up, though. Don't give up. I've got a lot of interest in 902, but I just have to put mine aside for a moment. I've got a few other things that have to be taken care of first. But 902 has not been forgotten, and as soon as I get my transverters sorted out, maybe this weekend I'll find another 222 transverter, and we can put it on the air here. As a swap meet here at Fresno on November 8th, and I'll be looking for a 222 transverters and other equipment for that. Not 222, but 902. But also for 222, I'll be looking for equipment there as well. 7-3, Daniel, and good luck. We hope to hear you tomorrow night on 222. 73's KE7UQL. You want to try for him, Rob? K6MYC. He'll hear you, Rob.
Okay. How you doing, Daniel? KE7UQL, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR, KE7UQL. Good signal tonight, Rob. Thank you much.
He got you, but it's not too good.
Yeah, I heard my call sign and my name, but then I lost what he was saying.
Okay, the path is down, guys. The path is down. QSL on tomorrow, QSL on 222, KE7UQL.
Okay, I found a new path here. This is back to the normal path there. Very much stronger now, and I got rid of the flutter. The flutter, what was giving me trouble on the copy, Daniel, you were strong enough, but it was so fluttery and distorted it was difficult to get 100% copy. Anyway, I got you now, and okay on 222 tomorrow. Sounds good. We'll be there, as far as I know, and looking forward to the contact with you. Take care, my friend, and if it's up for Rob, I'm going to have him look another time. It came up for me, Rob. Did it come up for you, over?
I got to hear him transmit.
Okay, give it a transmit. Give him one more transmission, Daniel, and Rob, I'll see if he can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
Roger. KE7UQL. 737373.
Did you get that, Rob?
I heard him talking, but he's right in there with the noise.
Yeah, just not real good tonight, Daniel. It's not bad. You came up at times, but I heard your 73s. You were Q5 for me, but Rob doesn't have a good path in this direction, as you know. 73, Daniel, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Till tomorrow.
QSL, see you tomorrow, KE7UQL.
Okay, I'm going to go back and look again for N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, N7 VAZ. Are you here, Eric? Over. I guess Eric isn't there tonight, and I know Richard isn't either. And we don't have anything from Larry, or he would have popped in. N7 Whiskey Tango, Larry, K6MYC. Okay, I guess we're done, Rob, except for going south and looking for Eddie.
Okay, sounds good. I'm having to juggle this cat that insists upon getting his attention right now.
I have that problem in the morning. My calico just walks back and forth and does everything she can to annoy me until I put her on my chest. Okay, let's see. Eddie, I wonder if you're listening there. KE6BK. KE6BK, Porterville, K6MYC with a KM6SRR and the Bozo Net. KE6BK, K6MYC, over.
KM6MYC, KE6BK. Evening, Mike.
My God, you're strong. What did you do?
Haven't done anything. You're really up there, too. Haven't heard. Well, I heard Rob earlier. We must have a good connection tonight.
Boy, we sure do. Yeah, you're the loudest I've heard you for months and months. And it may be just the time. You know, we're an hour later, and it gives a chance for the valley's air and the propagation in the valley to settle out. I think it's a time thing more than anything, Eddie. It's a timing thing, and now we're an hour later. So there you go. Ed, I'm sure Rob's copying you. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, how you doing, Eddie? Yeah, I got a copy on you when I was about 30 degrees away from you. So you got a really good signal tonight. KE6BK, KM6SRR.
Yeah, KM6SRR, KE6BK. Yeah, you guys are booming in down here. Almost want to offer you a cup of coffee.
There you go. Well, good to have you. We're going to take another standby to see if the KB6RQU is in there, and also W6PYP or anybody else around Visalia. There used to be 3 or 4 guys that were checking in for a little while there in Visalia. Now they've all gone quiet, aside from Bill, who's not in here normally at all on Sunday nights. Back to you, Ron.
Hey, we'll be talking to you probably tomorrow night there, Eddie. Good to hear you there. KE6BK, KM6SRR.
All right, guys, have a good one. K6MYC and KM6SRR. KE6BK, 73, guys.
Okay, I bet I know what it is. For me, at least, you're 10, 20 dB stronger than normal. I bet you we've just lost the inversion. See, I'm above the inversion here, and you're below it there on the valley floor, and I bet you that's what we've been fighting all summer long there, is that inversion layer, which attenuates you because you stay underneath the inversion, and I'm above it. I bet you that's what it is. Because sometimes Rob gets you, and he's sort of in the middle of that. Sometimes he gets around the inversion and can sneak in some signal underneath it there. All right, Eddie, pleasure to hear you. Great to hear the real voice of Eddie. You're so strong now I can recognize your voice. I don't know if you're going to be up there, but don't forget the flea market November 8th at Larry's place in Clovis there, the flea market, the Fresno Amateur Radio Club. Are you planning on getting there? Eddie, are you planning on coming up for the flea market on November 8th?
I probably won't make it up. Don't have the money to buy anything, so may as well just stay down here.
Well, you don't need money. You could bring some up and sell it. You've got something down there worth selling, don't you?
Oh, I don't know. I might find something, but it would probably not be worth a whole bunch of money.
Well, that's up to you, of course. Anyway, you've been invited by an unofficial person, and Rob's the official person. Over to you for your final, Rob, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, yeah, this cat's just killing me here. I've put him down once already, and I didn't want to do it again. Anyway, yeah, Eddie, it's going to be a pretty big one. We got 2 clubs coming together on to this time, but if you don't want to spend some money, then I guess it's probably smarter to stay home. Anyway, good to hear you there. KE6BK, KM6SRR.
Eddie, I'm not going to spend any money either. I'm just going there to meet all the old friends and the Bozo guys and all the rest of it. Just go for camaraderie and a free lunch. Over.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. We'll have to see about it. Anyhow, you guys have a great one. Great getting to hear you guys tonight. So, again, KM6SRR and K6MYC, KE6BK.
7-3, good evening, Eddie. Anybody else in the valley before we close the net? K6MTS, are you here, Mark? No, Mark's not sandbagging here. Anybody else? N6BYH, where are you, Mike? Okay, well, count them up, Rob.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Tonight.
Oh, who was that?
Yeah, good conditions tonight. I was actually hearing Eddie. I mean, not strong, but I could hear him. He was definitely in there.
Yeah, amazing. No, he was pounding in here. I mean, literally, you heard him through the stream. I'm sure you can see how strong he was.
Yeah, no, he was putting into a good signal, and I was hearing him on my station. As I said, pretty quiet, but he was in there, and I just went over and checked the beacon down at Tehachapi, and that's coming in pretty good right now too. So, yeah, I think being an hour later does make a big difference. K6USY.
Okay, well, we still got interest in 902. And I want to continue I didn't say much about it tonight, but I probably will tomorrow on 222 and see if we can get more people to commit to some activity on 222 and see what happens there. You said you turned yours on the other day and listened, but it was full of garbage?
Yeah, it's pretty noisy in this neighborhood. John ordered a Q5 signal, a 25 water, and I'm waiting for him to get that hooked up so we can do some testing. And if it ends up working out, eventually I'll probably get a 25 or a 50 water, and then this 10 water you gave me can just go back into the pool, and we'll get somebody else on the air.
Well, I can put it on the air. It seems to work okay. And so I can put it on the air here if there's other people to work. There wasn't any point in me having it up and nobody to talk to. But if there's at least 2 or 3, then we can start it. And then we can point to the Bay Area. Maybe I know that Jim W6PQL has 902. I don't know what he has up for an antenna, but we can stimulate him and maybe 1 or 2 others up there in the Bay Area, and then maybe somebody out of Sacramento will join, and so on. So if we can get 4 or 5, I think that'll start the ball rolling. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it'll just come down to finding out how noisy it is for everybody and if we can actually hear each other. might need a lot of power and some good antennas to get over all this noise.
Yeah, well, directional antennas may help. What is the noise? It's not a noise source. It's a signal, but what is it exactly? Do you know what the source is?
Oh, it's the entire band. It's just background noise from, part of it's probably from, I had it hooked up inside of my house and it wasn't too bad, but I have smart light switches in my house and all those run off of 900. I've also heard that some of the smart meters that PG&E uses could also be running on 900, and then there's just so much junk in that band. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, too bad it's apparently a shared band. They've given it away already. The guy, when I talked to Steve back there at the ARRL, he said he's listened on 902 there. Just listened, and he said it was very noisy for him. He had about 22 dB of extra noise. 22 dB is a lot, and of course that restricts activity also. But if we could show them back there that we can get 902 going, maybe it'll help to get ARRL to help us get some of those things off that band, or find ways around it, or maybe move the frequency a little bit. I don't know. We'll just keep banging away at it and see if we can figure it out. I don't know what I've got up here. I think I hooked it up once, but I'm not even sure anymore if I ever put it on the receiver or not. Anyway, when you get done with it, and I'll look at it. Maybe I'll find a 902 transverter or something at the flea market, out of all things. Over.
Yep, you never know what's going to show up. I know Tom had one, and I was contemplating buying it. KW6S was that back in May. But the one he had would have needed external relays, to switch between receive and transmit. So I went, I didn't really want to, have to put all that together. So, at least with the one you gave me, it's got all the relays and stuff built into it for transmit and receive. And then of course, if I ever order a Q5 signal, I'll order it with a common IF and the common antenna, and it'll come with all the relays and everything. I like having all that stuff built in.
Yeah, you going to use a 2-meter IF?
Well, that's what I currently have it hooked up for now. John said he ordered his with a 10-meter IF. I could probably go either way. I'll have to figure out how I want to do it. But right now I'm using my 705 on 10 meters to run 220. And so I got to figure out how often I'm going to use 900. So 2 meters is fine, but also having 10 meters might also open up some possibilities during the contest of being able to have a dedicated radio for that band. But it's probably going to end up being one of those bands that I'm going to make 1 or 2 contacts and then just shut it off for the rest of the weekend. So it's no big deal if there's some overlap.
Yeah, understand. Okay. The transverter I gave you has relays in it. It's just a matter of hooking it up. You already had it on the air and tried it, right?
Oh yeah, it's in the closet right now, and it's hooked up to the antenna, and the antenna's up on the roof. I was just waiting for John to have his station ready so that we can do some testing.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, I'll see what I can find. Maybe we can put the word out. Maybe even QRZ.com or something. We can put the word out, QTH. See if there's anybody got 902 transverters, and we could pick one up. I can also buy one. I could just go ahead and get Q5 signal to generate one for me there with a 25-watt. I don't need 25 watts, but it wouldn't hurt. I think that amplifier that I gave you only is, I think it's rated for maximum of 10-watt input to get 175 out. Did I have a label on that for input drive level?
Yeah, I think it says 2 watts. So it might be, one of those things where it might need to go with this 10-watter, and it might need some padding, because that down east microwave transverter might put out too much power. So. But yeah, I still need to clean that the amplifier up and take a look at it. But yeah, I definitely won't transmit on it right away if it's labeled for 2 watts. I don't want to put 10 watts into it.
Well, you can run your drive down. You just have to be aware of what you're doing. Okay. Well, I'll talk more about this later. Oh, heck, I forgot what I was going to say. How about Ukrainian? Anybody know if Ukrainian does 220 transverters? Do they do 902s also?
That would probably be a question for Ken. I know I looked for the Ukrainian transverters at one point. I think it was getting hard to get them just because all the nonsense going on over there. A lot of the stuff wasn't coming out. I know. What was it? Rig Expert, the company that makes power supplies. They had their corporate headquarters get blown up. So I think any of the companies over there that were doing ham radio stuff are a little busy.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. All righty. Well, listen, thanks for the help tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. K6USY with KM6SRR, K6MYC waiting for the count from you, Rob, and we'll be clear. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bozo 47 and Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo signing off and clearing the net.
Okay, Mike, just waiting for my turn. We had 2 less than last week on Sunday. You had 36.
Okay, well, we needed N6BYH and K6MTS in here, that's for sure. Okay. Very good. And who was missing in the... Well, we had all of Course Gold, so I can't complain there. The only one we didn't get was Dan, and Dan's been very quiet lately. Dane doesn't even know what he's doing. He's been very quiet, so who knows?
Yeah, we're missing a couple of guys from up there in Nevada, too, so that could be part of it.
Yeah, Richard would have made a thing, and also Larry and VAZ adds quite a few, so it was 3 missing right there in one spot that could have easily come in. All right, well, we'll just have to get them jacked up a little bit. Next time I talk to them, I'll remind them, get on the net, man. We're losing, our numbers are going down, and we're not looking good. We're not competing with the LA boys. We'll give them a competition thread. See ya, Rob. Good evening. And I cut up those 2 piles of firewood that you didn't want. It was a mixture of oak and pine. You was right though. There was a lot of pine in there, but I got some nice oak chunks, 3 and 4 inch diameter oaks out of there. So anyway, I cut one pile up completely, and I've got the other one down to where you had pulled off most of the stuff, so it's about 2 feet high. I'm going to clean those up completely, and then we'll have that area pretty much cleaned out. But I have a few more woods if you need them. But I think you're probably good for a little while with what you got here the last time, right?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I was choking on my almonds here. Yeah, I've got a couple more trees out here, too, that are good picking, so I'm doing fine right now. And I sent off a reply to Steve Bossett, and I CC'd you, so have Judy look for that. You should get what I sent him.
Yeah, I suspect I'll hear from him Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week, so that'll be interesting. As he's seen the input from you, and I had a chance to chat with the locals back there about the locals. I mean the head guys back there, to see what they want to do with the free advertising on these web, like the Bozo Nets and stuff that they really need to advertise them and or write articles about them. I mean, an article is as good as an advertising page, so if they want to do an article, I'll be happy to give them a lot of verbal material, and they'll have to transcribe it, but that shouldn't be hard in today's world. Over.
Yep, I'm sure they can handle that.
Yeah, and they could even contact you, and you could have a little paragraph or two in there too if you wanted to on how you've set up the paperwork side of it and the computer side of it, because I can't add anything to that, but you've got some very clean, clever ways of doing the things that you're doing, and I think that would be helpful to some of the guys also.
Well, maybe. I just assume stay in the background. I did send him a week's worth of our nets from Northern California here, so that was in my email to him.
Yeah, okay, so you got to send him all 6 nets that we call?
Yep, just a week's worth, and then I gave him all the information how to get to the Bozo website and the stuff that would be on there for him to see.
Okay, very good. Thanks for everything. I'll see you probably tomorrow evening, if not sooner. KM6SRR, K6USY, K6MYC, clear and going in the house.
Hey, Mike, you'll have to put your attenuator on the 222 net.
What do you mean, put my attenuator on?
Well, I'm blowing smoke now.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
I say I'm blowing smoke now on the 222.
Oh, okay, blowing smoke with the second antenna. Yes, that's right. Okay. I'm with you now. I didn't know that. I didn't see your tongue in your cheek there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I guess my chocolate chip cookies got in the way.
Yes, it did. You talk too fast sometimes for my ears. All right. See you guys later. K6MYC off and clear. Bye-bye.
73 Mike, K6MYC, KM6SRR, and 73 Aaron, K6USY, KM6SRR.
Alrighty, good night, guys, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.